Welcome back to another weather discussion. Today we're going to be talking about the extreme heat that we're going to be expecting in the East Coast, towards the Northeast, as well as into the Ohio Valley area. And then also the severe weather threat that is going to be approaching the upper Midwest, and fire weather and what to expect for future weeks to come. So starting off, we're going to be looking at the excessive heat. We do have extreme heat risk over here in the Ohio Valley and up into New York area. Temperatures are going to be pretty high, around 110 degrees Fahrenheit, with pretty high dew points. So their heat risk will be pretty bad. So make sure you stay hydrated and all that. And this will continue for a few days. It's not going to go away after today. Today we have that extreme, and then tomorrow it's that still extreme, and then it continues to push east to the northeast area. And then by on day 4, it usually starts to weaken, and then by day 5, the last bit of extreme excessive heat will remain in North Carolina and South Carolina for that next days as it mellows out. Looking at the severe weather risk, we have an enhanced risk today over here in the Iowa, Minnesota, and South Dakota area. It's mostly going to be wind. We have a 30% wind risk, so we could expect some damaging winds that come with these storms. Hail risk is a little not too high, 15% hail risk. There is a SIG 1 present, so there's going to be some damaging hail. But the tornado risk is not too high. It's only just a 2%. So tornado risk is not the major threat. Looking at tomorrow, we also have another enhanced risk in this general same area, more down south into Nebraska and Iowa area. And this will again be another wind risk, keeping with the conditional intensity group 1. So there's going to be some damaging winds tomorrow as well, more damaging hail, and not very high of a tornado risk. It is there, it's just not very high. So mostly the main threat is going to be some winds and some hail. Now looking at the fire weather, shifting over to the Colorado Plateau area, we have a critical fire weather risk for Colorado and Utah today and into tomorrow. And there's already been some major fires there. We have, I think there is 2 or 3 fires that are bigger than the city of Salt Lake City. And Salt Lake City is about 70,000 acres, so there's 2 to 3 fires that are bigger than 70,000 acres. And so that's why this fire risk is staying here. It's not really going anywhere anytime soon. The fire risk is going to continue throughout the week. Looking at the flooding risk, we have a slight risk up here in North Dakota, all the way down into the northern parts of Illinois. And this slight risk is just going to be here for the storms that move by. So it's definitely a flash flooding risk. There's also that same area tomorrow, and then it continues to move east. I wouldn't be surprised if they issued a slight risk of flash flooding for day 3, which is going to be Saturday. And then that continues moving towards the northeast area. So that's basically it. Looking at the Weather Prediction Center's hazardous heat risk, that heat is going to stay in the East Coast and into the Mississippi area and Appalachian area. So there's going to be that heat risk still there. Nothing much different there. Temperatures then are going to shift back to the West Coast after that heat wave moves by. But for now, that is just going to be what there is to there. Now looking at Canada here, we have a high risk of severe weather over here in Quebec and Montreal, as well as Ottawa. And then down here in the southern parts of Ontario, where London is. So that is basically just going to be from these storms that are just going to move in from northern Quebec and bring these little storms that move through the area, and there is tornado potential. We do have a tornado risk in place with some damaging hail and some damaging winds as well. So we are watching this area today. We might be live covering it later today as well. So stay tuned for that. And the risk is going to continue in Ontario. We have a moderate risk tomorrow, and then throughout that day, and then on day 3 it weakens out. So that is pretty much it for the summary of what we're going to be expecting. We have excessive heat warnings for the entirety of the Ohio Valley, pretty much, minus a few areas. But the heat is real. It's not a risk to undertake. And so we are going to be watching this heat for, like, as it moves over. We'll see how this plans to weaken out. Now, looking at current conditions, we do have a few tornado warnings over here in Iowa, about to cross into the Wisconsin border. It does not appear there is any that are observed at the moment. However, these cells are going to continue moving through this risk area. And this is that 2%. It's right on the very edge of that 2% tornado risk. So it is there. There is quite a few warnings in this area. So if you're in this area, do consider seeking shelter as tornado conditions are there. And these storms do look pretty dangerous on radar. And so with these little cellular storms, especially this one right here, with that storm that we're looking at here, we could be expecting some tornadoes if it does happen to develop, although it is a very low risk. So that's basically it. Stay tuned for our live stream later today. We are looking to be live for Canada at around 3 to 4 p.m. Pacific time. So stay tuned for that. We already have the live stream scheduled, so we might move it. We might cancel if we are not available. But that's basically it. I hope to see you in our next video.